So it's a Thursday race meeting at Turffontein. We're at Turffontein this time in the week, and we've got 8 races. We're on the inside track. Welcome to Betway Weighted to Win, everybody. Hope that you're already on our WhatsApp group. We're also on Twitter at Weighted to Win on the X platform, and 0691643272. Also, there's your QR code that you need to just use your phone and take a snapshot till you're on your way, or hold your camera up to that QR code to get you to Betway as quickly as possible. All right, the first on the card, Daryl's with me. We've got a couple of reruns for you that we're going to have a look at. We've got that horse from the Alton and Zelana stable, Night Shine. And this run was quite a decent run. Daryl will talk us through it because it's the same run to World Attraction who's come to win. And behind it is a horse called the Bronx Bull. Here's the replay now. Daryl, how are you doing? Here's Night Shine. This is a good run.
Morning, Clyde. Yes, now I believe he's got the strongest form coming into this race. He is a 2-year-old. You can see he fought on doggedly over here. Towards his inside is the Bronx Bull, who won his next start and then I think ran second in the nursery to Better Never Ends. This is the favourite, periodic table. His second start over 1,000 metres up the straights at the Vaal, and you can see himself and the winner, Hammer Blow, are several lengths clear of the third place runner. Now, Clyde, Hammer Blow, I don't know if you saw his post-maiden run. He ran a lovely race behind Catfish. He actually ran into the money, finishing third. That was over 1,000 metres, and I touched on this horse's breeding in the past on Weighted to Win, saying that he's going to be looking for further in time to come, and that's why I played against him last time because of the drop in trip. I mean, half brother and half sister went 2,000 plus. Damn, 1 over a mile. So back over 1,200, got a neat draw. I think he's going to run a cracker. That's number 5, periodic table. But I backed him up with number 2, Time Honored. Now, only had one start for the new yard on the Huffelt, and he was just far too fierce on that occasion. It was a work rider event, and many expected him to win, but the way he was racing was upside down. I think Callan's going to make use of that draw on the inside track, place him, hopefully he settles, and I think he may pose the biggest danger to the favourite. Now, I'm going against my word over here because I said Night Shine brings the strongest form into the race.
Yeah.
But, Clyde, he's having his first start in 4 months. He's going around the bend for the first time. He's got an awful draw to contend with. If he didn't have those factors against him, I'd certainly include him. But based on those unknowns, I'm favouring numbers 2 and 5.
Okay.
I do believe we'll get through, Clyde.
All right, we should. Let's have a look at the bipod then. Daryl's going 2 and 5 in the first leg, Time Honored and periodic table. On that rerun, looks like a very nice horse. 320 Rand is what this bipod will cost. Okay, let's get to race number 2 now. It's a maiden plate over 1,200 metres, and there are 10 of them that go to the gate. Just a quick update on the betting. Early Wednesday morning, the 10 Star Magnolia is the horse to beat. It's 5-2 at the moment. They have backed it from the Tony Peters stable. There's been some interest in it. It has shortened because you could have got some 33-10. 2, Bridget Ann is at 28-10 at the moment. Number 4, Without Romance, is trading at 5-1. 6-1, the 1 Destiny's Dream. 7-1, 3 Miss River Dancer, and the 5 Artifact, also 7-1. And 8-1 about number 9 Knocking Boots. We've got a couple of reruns. We'll start with Artifact. Let's go to this last start that Daryl will talk us through. And 5th to Miss Fantastic on this occasion, highlighted in the all red.
Yes, now watch what happens to her, Clyde. There, Craig takes a hold of her. You see? Takes a hold over there. Breaks her stride completely. All the money was for the winner on this occasion, in the same silks with the red cap. Miss Fantastic. And look at Artifact over here. She's doing good work after that hindrance in the running over there. I thought she should have finished much closer. Now this is Star Magnolia in her third start, behind the first timer Western Mirage, who was well supported on this occasion. In between them is good old Ruby Whisper. Yeah, she was fancied strongly on this occasion, was Star Magnolia. She was supported in the market, showed blistering pace, Clyde, and then was found wanting. Now, Tony's decided to step her up to 1,200 on the inside track from a neat draw. She's a 2-year-old. She does get that weight for age allowance, and Blaine takes off a further 2.5. So she's only got 54.5 to shoulder. A lot of gate speed. She's probably going to ping them and be on the front foot. And being the inside track, it could certainly pay dividends. I think she's going to prove much more relaxed up front of a 1200. She won't be as pressurized as what she is over 1,000 meters. So I've got a lot of respect for Star Magnolia. Now, Without Remorse, very, very disappointing last time out. I don't know if she didn't like the soft, because you can see on the half halt a couple of runs back, her debut for Roy on the half halt was in the soft and she didn't act. On that run, she's held by Artifact, who herself has improved with racing since being given a chance, and since being fitted with tongue tie, she's now finishing her races off. I see a lot of pace in this race with Tony Peters filly. So Artifact's going to get some cover and be doing her best work late, as what we saw in the replay. I'm bankering number 5 Artifact in my PA. Respect for Without Remorse and Star Magnolia.
Yeah, okay. So Artifact PA banker. But there's
Barpot, sorry, Claude. Barpot, I put in the 12.
Yeah. No, because you need to run in the top. You put in who?
I put in the 12 in the 10, sorry, Star Magnolia.
Yeah.
In the bar pots, yeah.
In the bar pots. Okay, so we just need Artifact to run it in the top 3. And that last start, you saw she got cramped in running. Got to come on from that run. So have a look at this maiden plate. We've got a couple of reruns for you. Master Buddy and Winding Power, they met. And we'll show you the replay on the Cronus form line when Winding Power was second and Master Buddy was third. We'll pick it up in a moment. The early betting on the third on the Wednesday morning is that the 6 Clarewood Breeze is top of the boards, and that's priced up at 5-2 in the running of the third. Clarewood Breeze is a first timer. He's the son of Ventura, and he's from the Fabian Habib stable. So clearly interest in that. Muzieni is riding this first timer. 4 Winding Power is at 28-10. One No More is trading at around 7-2, with the 2 Master Buddy also 7-2, and then 7-1 and better about the balance. So let's go back to that replay we were talking about, and here is a look at the form. Daryl, let's just take us through this.
Yes, so Clyde, Winding Power is actually in front on the rail. Royal Jackets in the middle, back in third with the green, and then Master Buddies with the blue running on in between runners over there and doing his best work late. Not much happening in the finish over here. I mean, it looks like they're going up and down on the same spot.
Why do I feel like I'm watching it in slow motion?
Now, this is Winding Power's update, Clyde. When running second, behind the well-supported Sky Pilot, who skipped clear on the inside. And poor old Winding Power is just plugging away. In second position over there, back in third was Dr. Strangelove, who was, well, traded. Well, there was a lot of trade for him on the exchanges. And yeah, it was a very nice effort from Winding Power. You can say he's super fit. Now, Clyde, who's riding for TKP Racing? Trevlin Pillay, Muzieni.
Yeah.
So Muzieni must have had the choice over here between number 4 Winding Power and number 6 Clarewood Breeze. And there's been a lot of support for Clarewood Breeze in the anti-post markets. He's fairly well related this to some decent sorts. All Out for 6 went to Hong Kong. Tlatlui, very decent. Breeze over. Fresnay. This anti-post market could be spot on.
Okay.
Let's follow closely come race time. He is making his debut over a mile on the inside track. With it being a mile, one would say that he's probably more of a staying type. So will the inside track suit him on debut? I'm not 100% sure. Winding Power's got the form. Royal Jacket's got the form. Master Buddy's got the form. And No More, who's been very disappointing. He's still learning how to race this horse. His legs are all over the place. And then you can expect improvement from number 7, Cover Charge, who was probably on the wrong side last time out. But he's clearly held by Winding Power. Clyde, Clarewood Breeze, if he's not green on the inside track, you know, it's fast now. The ground's hard.
Yeah. But there's a lot of money.
But there's
Faber's
money
got nice horses at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're nice babies to test this horse with. So if there's money, pay attention. All right, pick sixes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. As you know, Clarewood Breeze is a first timer. Okay, let's get on to race number 4 now. Pick sixes on this horse, Late Bloomer, currently 18 to 10. Ex-Cape Town horse is now with the Tony Peters stable. Blaine Marks Jacobson is riding this for Jay Ferrer and the team. And, well, let's see how this goes. Hasn't run for a while, but you know what they say, change is good as a holiday. The 4 Flying World is at 7 to 2. A little bit of money for that from the Joe Soma stable. It has shortened in the betting, was 9 to 2. Number 8, Trex on Fire, is at 7 to 2. The 2, Gimme Some Love, is 9 to 2. The 7, Devious Look, 8 to 1. And you can get 10s and better about the balance. We've got a couple of reruns for you. We're starting with Flying World. Darryl will talk us through this particular run. Darryl, take us through his last start.
Yes, she's highlighted over there. Just one off the inside rail. Clyde back in second position. She travelled well in this race. Looked like she was going to give Rock My Boat a run for his money.
Dr. Strangelove's in there, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so is Sapphire Sun back in fourth. And based on that, I don't think Sapphire Sun can reverse the form. Now, this is a Global Royalty switching towards the inside. And yeah, she stayed on in this race. Stayed on towards the latter stages to run into the money. Onward, disappointed in her next start, running third. But you can say she must have some sort of chance back
She
on
seems to
turf.
be gaining at the end.
Yeah, back on turf.
But
She
she's
must
any
have.
price. She's 20 to 1. You know that, eh?
Is it? But Clyde, everything hinges on the favourite of year. Late Bloomer. We've said it time and time again. Horses come to the Highveld, join Tony's yard, rated 70. In the blink of the eye, they rated 100 and they've notched up 4 wins.
Where's she from? The
in a row.
Justice State stable?
Yes.
Okay.
Clyde, she's been off the track for 5 months. Now, I would, if I had to see a tongue tie on this filly, I'd be much more confident. And if I had to see her over 1200, I'd be supremely confident. Because of this reason and this reason only. Have a look at the comments in the computer form. Respiratory noise, respiratory noise, respiratory noise. That's a major concern for me. Does she have some sort of breathing issue? But in the same breath, you can say that Tony must be extremely happy with her fitness levels because he's putting her straight into a mile. And that, in the back of my mind, says he's got her fit enough to at least run a forward race and do herself justice. He's not going to put her in a mile knowing that she's going to need the run.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have looked for something shorter for her.
Fair enough.
So I sit here and I say this filly could bolt up and win her next start and her following start. But because it's been a mile and I'm a little bit worried about these comments of respiratory noises, I've backed up with Joe Soma's filly, who gets the mile, who's peaking and coming from a yard in good form. And Keegan, we know, is retained by Mr. Verners. And Mr. Verners has got number 7 over here, Devious Looks, with a little bit of form behind her name. And Keegan says, no, please, Lawrence, give me a break over here.
Flying World.
I'm on Flying World this race. I think
Fair enough. You can't blame him.
Yeah, she's got a winning chance. So I'm not looking past the 2. Like I say, let's try get Tony's opinion on the race course.
Okay, we'll try. I'll be there.
And
I'll see them there.
That might sway us heavily into her corner.
Try get his opinion as soon as we can. First leg of the jackpot, 1 and 4. Race number 5, handicap 2,000 meters. There are 13 of them that will go to the gate in this event. And here's a look at the betting. 12 Ideal Summer tops the boards at 7 to 2 to win it. Alec Laird and Muzi Yeni team up here. 9 Kudzu is at 4 to 1. 3 Open Highway, 9 to 2. Money for this. They've been nibbling away at this horse Open Highway throughout. 8 Jordan, 7 to 1. 11 Robert Browning, 7 to 1. 6 the Playboy Bomber, 8s. 14s and better about the balance. We've got a couple of replays. We'll start with those now. And we're going to kick on with Kudzu. That's our first one. This is when Kudzu won last time. Right? Got the better of Olympian Gold, and Open Highway is in this race.
Yeah, look at Diego plugging away on the winner. Kudzu showing a lot of guts. Very tenacious up front.
They're coming for Open Highway in the betting. Eh?
Yeah, I left Open Highway out, Clyde.
A mistake or what?
No, if you want to go wider, you can. But look who's right down the inside of there. That's Ideal Summer.
Yeah, here's a replay of the Playboy Bomber quickly.
Yes, back. I think it's this very same course and distance, if I'm not mistaken. 2,000 meters. Look who's towards his outside, Clyde. Dance King.
Yeah.
Also in there is Royal Edition, Robert Browning. Um,
Dance King speaks volumes,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. Now, Clyde, if you want to go wider, you can possibly include Open Highway. I think the 2000 is a stretch for him. That's the reason why I left him out. No other, not because of his form or anything. So, Open Highway is my sixth choice. I've only got my top 5 selections. The Playboy Bomber, over the very same course and distance, I thought he was a little bit flat-footed over a mile now. And at this stage of his career, I mean, he's a rising six. He's now settling in his races, and maybe 2000's his optimum trip. So he goes in. Jordan, Clyde, one from one of the course and distance. Excuses last time out. Inside track specialist. What price is Jordan?
Jordan is currently, you're still busy with Jordan, 7-1.
Kudzu, on form, big runner. Just depends how easy he's able to negate that tricky draw. Because there are some pace setters over here, others that like to push forward. Robert Browning likes to go to the front. Royal Edition likes to go handy. So, Moment occasionally, if he gets to the front of this trip, I'm not too sure. But there are others that can challenge him for pacemaker role. Robert Browning, going to get a very, very kind up front. From that store gate. He's going to be relaxed. Might be a little bit of a stretch, 2000, but because of the way the race is going to be run for him, I think he could see it out,
Yeah,
especially
always
on
on
firmer
top
ground.
of them, eh?
And then Ideal Summer, we saw that replay, and now he's been fitted with blinkers. And Muzi had the choice of a few over here, and he's opted to go for him, so he's gone in. I think, Clyde, Jordan, I'm gonna be in Jordan's
Bullish.
camp over here.
Okay.
Not bullish, no, I've got 5 runners, but I just love
One
Jordan
run
on the inside track.
like you say, course
I
and
just
distance.
love him on the
One.
inside track.
All right. Craig Zacky's on him, so what more do you want? We'll put 8 Jordan into the play, but there are a few others that have to go into this jackpot. Joey Simon brings Cavano to the races. He's 7-2 favourite here. Keegan DeMello is riding this. They top of the boards at the moment. 2 Oklahoma Smoke Show. This is shortened. It was 6-1. It's 4-1. Fabian Habib. The boys are in. Muzieni is riding this. The 3 Unsolved Riddle is trading at 5. Some money for that as well. 7 Ubermensch is at 5-1. The 5 Space Mission 11-2. And number 10 Sea Shanty is trading at 8-1 with the Robin Claassen stable. Calvin Habib is riding this, and you can get probably 14-1 and better about the balance. We've got a couple of replays. We're starting with Oklahoma Smoke Show. This start, Daryl, talk us through the replay.
Yes, this was the day that Golden Operator finished best over the top. There he is plugging away in second. You need to take note, Clyde, that he's staying on for second. And this was a long run in. The Vol Classic's a much longer run in. I think it's 1,000 meter, isn't it?
Yep.
Whereas the inside track's 500 odd meters. Here's Ubermensch. What you see is what you get over here, Clyde. I mean, he was staying on for third behind Trail Runner. This form line hasn't really fired up.
Form line's dead.
Dead. He might have finished closer. He went in between runners over there. Got a bit tight for him. Yeah,
running on at the end, sure.
Yeah, but look who's ahead of him. Concerned Clyde. So let's start with the current favourite, Quavana.
Yep.
Hard pressed last time out. Yes, he's lightly raced, and he's probably got another win or two in the tank. I just thought, and many thought, it was his race last time out. I mean, the money came in.
Yeah, he was the
bucket
right
loads.
horse in the race, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the right horse. Now he's got a tricky draw. Back on the inside track. Not sure of what he beat last time out. At those odds, not for me.
Okay.
Then last time out, I said it and I'll say it again. I don't think Oklahoma Smoke Show is an inside track horse. I think he's much better on a more galloping track like the Standside track or the Vol Classic. Muzi's going to bounce in, try steal it. He's got a chance, but I prefer him elsewhere. So I'm playing to beat him. Ubermensch, I'm not really a fan of. Although he's got Craig Zaki from a neat draw. Then, who do we go to, Clyde? We go to number 3, Unsolved Road. Last time out, staying on. Penultimate start, very unlucky not to have finished closer. He's back on the inside track, Cloud. He's back on the inside track with Blaine. The same track and trip he quickened up best of all when beating Winds of Grace.
Yep.
So if they go very quick up front, he's going to be a finisher.
And Blaine will sort of know because of the
Yes.
Oklahoma and because he rode him a few times and Unsolved. He'll know where he stands.
But this is my punt for the day, Clyde. Number 10, Sea Shanty. And
Ah.
you can't be overly bullish, 8-1, right? You can't be overly bullish because of his current form. But his form on the inside track is his best, right? His ratings come down from a 74 to a 71. And listen to this, Clyde. There have been a few horses that have left Mark Khan since he handed in his license. Listen to this, Clyde. Witch Hazel bolted up yesterday. Fiery Rose won first time out. Victory in Orleans won first time out. Gunboat won first time out. I think there might be 6 or 7 runners. 4 or 5 of them have won in their first start for the new yard. And that maybe says to me, maybe Mark Khan always left a little bit of meat on the bone. And you know, Robin Klaasen, when she's got a horse in training from another yard, look what she's done with a horse like Texas Red, Boundless Love. She can get them to improve. I think Sea Shanty is way, way overpriced. And I wouldn't be surprised if the money floods in for him, Clyde.
Tell me something now. The form line's not good, eh?
Which one?
The Highway to the Sky form, that last run.
Well, they had
Nothing's
cheap
come-
pieces on, Clyde.
But I'm saying we can
Cheap
make an
piece-
exception to the rule because it's a change of rider, right? I mean, change of stable. So
Change of style. Robin, do us a favor, yeah.
Okay.
Get this one home for the punters.
7, 8 to 1. What price was that you said? Around
8 to
that.
1.
This horse, Sea Shanty. Daryl's on it to win the 6th. Note that 2 of them are out here. 2 is out and 8 is out. So Scratch, that's my baby, and Pointer not running. Let's get to the market, what they're doing now that that's happened. Number 4, Ovation Star tops the board 28 to 10. 5, Warning Sound is 7 to 2. 1, Warm Reception 4 to 1. 6, Kensal Green is 9 to 2. And 11 to 2, the 7, Cape Saffron. 6 to 1, the 3, A Bit of Class. And 7 to 1, 9, Lady Sabrina. We've got a couple of replays. And we're going to start with Lady Sabrina. Daryl, let's have a look at this start. Her last start, ladies. Was it her last start, Daryl? Lady
Yeah,
Sabrina?
Did you see? Were you watching
I
what
watched it.
happens
She
over
took
there?
up, yeah, she took up her run.
Yes.
She took it up. I see this was going into a bit of trouble now.
Wasn't
she
a
comes
bad
around
effort,
them.
this, Clyde. Wasn't a bad effort, this, whatsoever. The form line's not great. There have been 4 runners, no winners. But look at it, the work she's doing in the latter stages.
Yeah, she's flying.
She should have finished 2nd at least.
Warm
Um,
Reception.
Also in that race was Warning Sound, Clyde. Warm Reception. What a lovely filly this is. Very, very nice filly, Clyde. This was a strong race. I mean, you've got King Harold finishing best of all. You've got Firestorm. And there she just gives way late. There she tires, Clyde. And she gets nabbed by Master Spy, who actually ran in the Daily News, didn't he? So, I find this race very interesting because you've got Candace and Tammy's Warm Reception and A Bit of Class in over here. And both of them can go to the front. And one thing's for certain, they're going to be told not to cut throats up front, being from the same yard. So either A Bit of Class is going to go, and Muzi is going to ride Warm Reception with a more patient ride this time round. And if that's the case, she can finish her race off, because when she debuted on the inside track, she was off the pace and she quickened up smartly. And in a couple of her starts since then, she's just been over racing. The key is with this filly is for her to settle and allow her to finish her race off. And if that's the case, Clyde, she can win a race like this. Of that, there's no doubt. She's a lovely filly. But a filly like herself and Ovation Star could be using this run as a prep run for something bigger. Surely. They're class fillies, these, Clyde. Ovation Star, did you recall, or do you recall, the pre-race comments last time out from Matt the Cock?
What was it?
He said this filly is better than her rating, and she was expected to go very close in her return efforts.
Yeah.
And now she's in a handicap, Clyde. She can win. You have to take her chances seriously. And then good old Lady Sabrina, I don't think she's anywhere near in the class of those two fillies that I've mentioned. But from a one-stall gate, 52 with Marco in the arms, she's one of the track and trip. I think there is pace in the race. She should get a neat position, and she's in receipt of quite a bit of weight from these younger fillies. She could spring a bit of a surprise, number 9, Lady Sabrina.
Yeah, I think it has an open look to it, this race.
Even, I mean, a bit of class. She's a nice filly.
She's
Warning
lovely.
Sound, Kensal Green.
And she'll love the
Cape
inside track
Saffron.
too, a bit of class.
Yeah, we have to play this race with caution, Clyde.
I see your doubles, you're going 149, eh?
Yeah, what price is the 9 over here, Lady Sabrina? Maybe she.
7-1.
Yeah, let's hope she can fight out the finish for our doubles over here, Clyde.
Last is a divided handicap for the girls. It's an open race, 1450 metres. A number of horses that can probably win this, and 8 Winds of Grace tops the boards at 3-1. One Wise Council is at 11-2. Number 7 Lady Elliot 11-2. The 4 Delaware River 15-2. 10-1 about the 2 Fish Hawk, and then 12-1 and better about the balance. Let's go to replays first. We're starting with Lady Elliot. Here's a look. Daryl, talk us through the Lady Elliot run when running her up to American Beauty here.
Yeah, this was a very, very nice run, Clyde. This filly is at her best on the inside track, right? And a lovely, lovely run over here.
Ringer Roses is third, yes.
Yeah, just finding one too good on that occasion. I was happy with that effort.
Here's Winds of Grace, Daryl, on the outside.
Another very, very consistent filly, Clyde. Have a look who she ran behind over here. She ran behind War Reporter, who obviously this was in open company because she's a filly.
War Reporter won again, eh?
War Reporter won again.
Right.
Not only has the form line been franked, but now she's back against her own sex. Fillies and Mares Company. I prefer on the inside track, although she's yet to win over here. She's got that short burst. So she loves it over here. I prefer back to 1450. I have to be in this fillies camp in a really
She doesn't mind
positive,
the inside track at all.
No, she loves it.
She always gets
She
money
loves
there.
it. And 1450 is her game. Now she gets Keegan aboard.
And you talk to Michael Lazzie about this.
Clyde, I actually think this filly's way overpriced. She's 3-1.
Yeah.
I'll sit here and say
Well, she was 7-2, so they're back to already. But
I'm going to sit here and say this filly's going to trade closer to 16-10 come race time.
Is that so?
Yeah. So if you want to have a better and you watch this on YouTube or social media, back Winds of Grace now anti-post, because I don't think she'll start in the region of 3-1.
Got it.
I do have a lot of respect for the filly that we watched in the replay prior to that, Clyde, and that is Lady Elliot, and I'll tell you why. Have a look at her form in the wet. She doesn't like the wet. She doesn't like it. So back of a 1450 on a firmer track with Diego from the gun draw is just going to ride her patiently wherever she comes out, and she can turn it on. And she should get a kinder run than what Winds of Grace will get in running. Winds of Grace just needs to overcome that 6 draw to give herself a winning chance, whereas Lady Elliot should be given every chance in running. I've suggested an exacta boxed because I do have respect for Lady Elliot, but please believe you me, I'll be having some 3-1 Winds of Grace anti-post.
Okay, thank you for that. Thanks, Daryl. That's a look at our turf meets on Thursday.